Hey, what's up everyone? Tedrick85 here, and today I'm going to be talking about Alien for the Atari 2600. This game was developed and published by 20th Century Fox and came out in 1982. I mention this because this game came out 3 years after the movie upon which this is based, and you'd think that they would have had plenty of time to make this an awesome game. The big problem is what we are left with is a finished product that would leave anyone scratching their heads and asking, "What were they thinking?" I'll explain why this is so in my review. First off, the graphics are... meh. You play as Ripley, or I assume it's Ripley at least, since she was the sole survivor of Nostromo in the movie. The character you play as has no distinguishing features to speak of. For all I know, you could be playing as Dallas when he was in the Airshaft Network, or you could be either Parker or Lambert near the end of the movie, but who the heck knows? I understand this is an Atari 2600 game, but they could have at least made the character look a little better. Even Pitfall Harry doesn't look this bland. The aliens in this game don't look much better. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be. When I was little, I thought they were facehuggers, but they certainly don't look like any aliens I've seen in the movies. To me, they look more like rhinoceros beetles, or the Blur monster in The Thing. There's not really much to say about the controls. Simply move the joystick where you want the character to go. Besides the bland graphics and simplistic controls, where this game really falls apart is in its gameplay. This game is basically a clone of Pac-Man. All you do is go through a maze and collect dots in order for you to progress to the next level. One question. What on earth does this have to do with the movie? I'm not going to complain about there being 3 aliens you have to avoid, because the game has to have a little bit of a challenge for you. But why did 20th Century Fox decide to do this with this game? When I play a game called Alien, I want to collect weapons and ammo and shoot some xenomorphs. I don't want to play some weird version of Pac-Man where I collect pellets and avoid things that don't even look like aliens. Oh, and the hit detection is pretty shoddy at times, especially if you're trying to get the dots where you can clearly see that the character is touching it, but it does not register. The pulsating asterisk act as power pellets like on Pac-Man, and getting one allows you to get rid of any alien you touch. But the biggest problem this game has is that it gets very repetitive very quickly. At least in Pac-Man you get different looking mazes after each level, but on here the layout stays exactly the same from level to level. And the goofiness doesn't stop there. After each level you get to play what I guess is a bonus stage where you have to go past a whole slew of aliens and collect this thing at the top of the screen. I don't know if it's supposed to be a flamethrower or a pitchfork or whatever it's supposed to be. So instead of playing Pac-Man, now we are essentially playing three-way. Like in the normal levels, what made the game designers think this was a good idea? This bonus level, if you even want to call it that, achieves very little in terms of gameplay and should have been scrapped altogether. There is no music in this game, but the sound in this game can be pretty annoying. Here, listen. I think this would have been a much better game if they would have been a little more original with it. Why couldn't they have done something like Pitfall, where it's a simple side-scroller, where you go around shooting aliens and facehuggers while collecting weapons, power-ups, and bonuses? Maybe they could have added the maze element as another level or something like that, and maybe added something onto that like getting out before a certain amount of time, or collecting a certain number of objects before time ran out, or something. This just seems like a missed opportunity for me, and it just feels like one would have more fun simply by playing either Pac-Man, three-way, or something else. No matter how you look at it, not only isn't this game easy on the eyes, but it doesn't provide enough variety in the gameplay to satisfy any gamer. Even if you're the most die-hard fan of the Alien movies, I would suggest passing on the opportunity to play it. It just isn't worth your time. This is Tedrick85 signing off. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.